How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
What's on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and it wouldn't be another day that ends in a Y without Bud Light and InBev completely being out of touch and completely being fools and not understanding their own customers. In addition to that, not understanding that they are under the all-watchful eye that is the internet. Every time they make a move is going to be more scrutinized now than it was just a year ago. And now, over the weekend, there was a brand new, fresh, spicy backlash against Bud Light, and it's completely self-inflicted. If we just take a little peeky poo in at the stock, for the last 6 months, the stock remains down 20%. In the last month, it is down 5%. Check that, 4%. This is a stock that, year to date, you can see peaking in May, right before they rolled out that sweet, that sweet advertising campaign with ya boy Dylon. And you can see, when they first rolled it out, March 30th, it was at a year-to-date high, a 10-month high their stock was at, okay? A 10-month high. Before, on April 1st, they roll out the new ad, and then their stock goes from $65 to pretty quickly $53. And now it has hit a new low of $53.08, an all-time low for the year. This has been quietly going on in the background, an all-time or all-year low. And they say, 3 weeks ago, this is what you put in for the quote-unquote experts. Anheuser-Busch stock notches second best day of 2023. Analysts say the stock will climb despite the backlash. Okay, well, when? Bill Gates put $100 million into the stock or whatever it was. He bought 1 million shares or something like that. Okay, it is at an all-time low right now. This is a all-time low in 2023 right now, today. Okay, now if we look at today, it's up 40 cents, but it's going to give that back as well. So the experts keep saying invest, but the smart people are divesting, especially when Bud Light faces fresh new criticism. This is yesterday. Bud Light is being plagued with fresh calls to be boycotted after the beer brand sponsored an LGBTQ plus pride event in Arizona held over the weekend. The brand and its parent company, Anheuser-Busch, monopolized headlines in April after it partnered with brand destroyer Dylan Mulvaney for a promotion. We're not going to re-highlight all that, where Kid Rock, John Rich, Travis Tritt, and other well-known names all call for a boycott. We know pretty much that some of that was bologna sausage. I think I saw videos of Kid Rock enjoying Bud Light after that fact. A lot of people don't have the convictions that actual everyday people did. The actual everyday people did boycott it, while the Hollywood celebrities and musicians and stuff seem to boycott it just for press, some of them. One social media user posted on X, quote, "Stay away from Phoenix. This weekend's Phoenix Pride Festival, presented by Bud Light, will feature a drag show with the young ones invited and a drag group mocking Jesus, nuns, etc. Woke Bud Light being woke Bud Light." Now, again, when you sponsor like a particular event, okay, you're Bud Light, and you have so many dollars earmarked for sponsoring events. When they sponsor an event, it's usually the only beer or beverage, that's available at that event. I don't know if the way they sponsor them is in selling them cheap beer so that they can make more profit selling it, or if they actually give them money. Either way, they're putting their name on it. And when you have this particular extra eye on you, they may have agreed to this a year ago when it was far safer out there to just say and do whatever they wanted, because the woke train was the woke profit train was on the rails and unstoppable. But now you have people saying supporting the boycott. One person replied to the post, "Boycott these anti-Americans. The demons are out this weekend. Sodom and Gomorrah, U.S. Arizona edition," another social media user posted. The event was able to go ahead despite the backlash online, with the boycott not impacting the festivities, according to the event's social media channels. Well, I would say this much: all this does is, allow people to redouble their constitution, their convictions in staying away from any of their products. We all know about the initial controversy, but the boycott came in several forms, from celebrities telling their followers not to drink Bud Light to social media posts of people pouring out cans. Mulvaney in May said since partnering with Bud, she felt unsafe at times. In addition to Bud Light, other brands also face calls for boycotts due to their support for the LGBTQ plus community. Were listed as co-sponsors for the Phoenix Pride Parade, which was held on October 22nd alongside the festival. Target and PetSmart were also criticized earlier this year for selling Pride Month merchandise. Now, for me, I know that there are people that have, religious exceptions, religious reasons for kind of having a stronger opinion about some of this stuff, which I respect. But for me, the line has been and will always be, stay away from the kids. I don't know why or when that became some sort of extreme position, but it did. And it helped, I think, galvanize a lot of people. And it helped sow a lot of disdain for these groups that were almost universally accepted here in the United States. But it was like give an inch, give an inch, give an inch. And then suddenly now it's like, Pride for kids, bring your kids to a drag show, all this kind of stuff. And then people are like, whoa, wait a minute. So what happened is Live and Let Live ended up getting pushed too far. And then now that whole entire community has a cloud over it. There used to never be, very outside of people with strong religious convictions. Over the past 10 years, no one has cared at all about Pride festivities. Milwaukee has, a massive Pride Fest here that lots of people go to. Nobody cares about it. Nobody's picketing. Nobody's protesting. But then this curious thing happened where I don't know if these groups had people infiltrate them, or if I sure hope so, because I know many members of this community, certainly more on the L&G side of the BTQ side, but none of them agree with, having kids at these events. None of them think that, you should have these weirdo books. None of them think that Target should be selling stuff for kids. I don't have any problem with Target selling Pride stuff. It's capitalism, baby. And there's a lot of money to be set in being, it's just like selling sports apparel. People want to wear it. You can sell it. There's nothing wrong with that at all. However, when you start targeting kids, then it wakes people up. See, I'm one of those people that always was like live and let live, and I don't care, and they can have their Pride stuff. They can have this, that, and the other things. Well, now when there's a Pride event or something like that, I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay, well, wait a minute now. This is something that has gone unsupervised, basically, by people. Are they going to be wanting to have events for young ones? Are they going to have any of this kind of stuff? Well, initially facing sharp decline in beer sales and stock prices, Bud Light has since reported that its stocks have started to rise again. But again, I have shown you that this is in fact a lie. It is at a year-to-date all-time low. So it's at a 10-month, almost an 11-month low. So it has absolutely not started to rise. So they're just putting out fake news. Bud Light is still sinking. Here's why it really lost its crown. Many ascribe Bud Light's sales decline to conservative response to an incident with Dylan Mulvaney. They are wrong. For example, Nike saw its stock increase 5% after its 2018 campaign supporting Colin Kaepernick. So now The Hill is coming out, with this insane reach. The reason Bud Light sales have dropped are 100%, and I wouldn't even call it a conservative boycott. It's 100% consumer backlash. You can see even Bud Light is begging distributors to start selling its brand's beer again, offering $150 million in incentives, which I covered before, after the Dylan partnership cost the beer maker billions of dollars. Anheuser-Busch, the brand's parent company, is offering a huge sum of money in a desperate attempt to regain lost sales. The The money will include reimbursements to distributors for freight and fuel charges, market share recovery initiatives, including adding additional shelf space to stock the products in stores, and sale incentive payments. The brand has lost more than 20% of its customers since April, and it looks like even more than that. And you can give all the incentives you want to people selling it, but nobody's buying it. You can see this. Newsweek made a video about last weekend's Phoenix Pride Festival presented by Bud Light. The event featured drag with kids invited and the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, which is that group that caused all the ruckus at the Dodgers Stadium. It is a drag group mocking Jesus, nuns, etc. Bud Light literally can't help themselves, and I don't disagree with that. And every tweet they still put out, is still getting ratioed unless they're offering to give something away for free. The touchdowns keep coming, and so do your chances to win. Please, they're desperately trying to get people to fill their comments with this sweepstakes spam. Don't think that I don't know that's exactly what they're doing. Because any post they try to put out that isn't spamming free stuff still has lots of people. Lots of people. Don't know who needs to hear this, but set your lineup. Just take a 20-year break. Pro marketing tip. Anything that they're not desperately offering people free stuff, they're still getting absolutely buried in the responses. I think it's pretty hilarious that the media continues to lie about this. I mean, if you look at a 6-month, okay, it's down 20% over the last 6 months. That is billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars. Because they wanted to get woke, and the media continues to keep lying about them. And so it's important that we keep reporting on them. You keep sharing the videos. If you enjoyed this video, please do leave a like on it. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.